Hey everybody, Poker Dad here. I am going to be doing today a hand reading exercise. It's actually pretty late right now. You can see 1:22, but I wanted to do this before I went to bed. And also, I got a new monitor. I got a bigger monitor, so we'll see how this comes out on YouTube. But anyway, I wanted to do even though I just recently restarted playing on Gold Poker again. I wanted to just do a hand reading exercise specifically for a Global Poker NL4 hand. It's definitely been interesting playing NL4 Global Poker. The players are pretty bad. So it should be interesting just to do a quick hand reading of a hand I played a couple of days ago. I don't even remember the results of the hand so far since we've started playing on global. Since we started this new journey of global poker, I'll show you how I've done so far. I've played 1,664 hands, and I'm up $13.07 through 3 days of NL4. So I had my first day I was up $4.51. Next day I was down $3, and today I was up $11.56. So anyway, let's just do a hand reading exercise with Global Poker. But one thing I wanted to show you also with Global Poker, because I'm keeping a record of my hands that go to Showdown and keeping the links here, so I have plenty of hands to go back and review, since obviously there's no tracking software for Global Poker. So anyway, I start off here in the small blind with 8-8, and again, I'm not really sure how this hand plays out, but let's put here eight of what do we have? Eight of spades, and I think it was eight of clubs. Oops, eight of clubs. I'm also using this browser here, Brave browser. I like this browser. I just downloaded today. It's a pretty neat browser. It blocks ads and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. Okay, so eight of spades and eight of clubs. All right, so let's see what happens here. Let's start us off and we'll get some ranges. So we get a limp here from the, let's see, this is the middle position. And I do decide to raise it up 16 cents. So that's 3x plus 1x for the raiser, for the limper, so I make it 4x. And we actually get two calls here. So I'm not really sure who the main villain is here thus far. So we can figure that out in a little bit. After the next betting, I do end up with a set here. Let's just take a quick look and then we'll reset it. He folds, so she's gonna be the main villain. Okay, let me pause this real quick and let's figure out some ranges here first. The pre-flop ranges. So this player here limp calls from the middle position. Let me just first grab what my normal middle position opening range is for myself. Not to say this is to reflect what they would do, but I can go with it from there. So if this is my opening range, right? Let's see what I think she would call a limp, call she would limp call with. Well, first of all, I think we could easily take out hands like this stuff here, because she's not limping with these hands. I don't believe Ace 10 she could. King Queen I don't believe. King Jack, yeah, this stuff here I believe so. King Queen suited, I think this type of player is going to raise these up. So I could take these kind of hands out of a range. I'll give all the suited stuff here. All this suited stuff. All the broadways with some kind of suited hand I'll give her. I'll give all these suited gappers. It's all going to be suited hands, I believe, that they would limp call a raise to. All aces. We'll include all aces as well, because she's a recreational player, so those are the type of hands that she's going to be doing this with. And I'll also do gappers. I could even do these hands too, because they'll do this with anything that's somewhat connected. So this is the range, pretty big range, and I think this is fine. Ace 10 suited. You think maybe I'll throw Ace 10 suited in there. Um, she could definitely do it with Ace 10 suited as well. Maybe even 10-10 also. All right, I think this works here. I think this works. This is the range that I'm going to give her. So let's throw that in here. And the percentage is 39.4%. And the number of combos I have here is 483. Okay. So then on the flop we get King 10, 8, and of course I have a set, which is wonderful. So King of Diamonds and 10 of Spades. And 8 of Diamonds. Alright. So far, I got some pretty darn good equity here, of course, at 91% with a set. Let's see how this plays out. So I bet 24 cents. So I bet half pot here. Okay, I bet half pot because it was a multi-way pot. He folded. Okay, so that's pretty standard for me betting half pot here, and we get a call. So now let's figure out what the heck is calling on this board from her range. And one thing I'm going to say that I've noticed, by the way, for the most part at Global Poker, NL4, the players are not aggressive at all. They really are not aggressive at all. So we'll keep that into account that they usually don't get aggressive until usually the river. They don't seem to be very aggressive on, at least in NL4, as I can tell, on the flop or turn. They don't seem very aggressive at all. So when I say that, I can say that a set of tens, she would absolutely call. Two pair, yeah. And over pair, there are no over pairs here, so we can just easily just take that off. Top pair, definitely. Pocket pair below top pair, there is none to offer here. Middle pair, definitely. You know, because this is a recreational player, so weak pair. Do we want to give an ace high? No. She's not going to call an ace high. No main hand, no. Flush draw, definitely. Open ended straight draw, definitely. I could definitely see a gut shot being called. No two card, and all these other flush draws and stuff. So our equity versus the range I am giving her here would be 86.15. I do not mind that at all. So here's the flop range, and it's 51% of the previous range. And number of combos is 219. So I'm dropping it down from 483 combos to 219 combos. You can see here what we're giving her, and all right, let's move forward with the hand. So we get a 10 of hearts. So I wish that the replayer did four color deck. It's kind of annoying they don't do four color decks, but here we get a 10 of hearts on the board. So that means we have a full house. I think that's pretty good for us. I don't know. What do you think? You think full house is good? I think it's pretty good. I'd be pretty happy to full house here. So let's see what happens. I do a pot size bet, and she calls the pot size bet. Now that's That's an interesting thing. Now she's a recreational player. She may not even notice what the heck the pot like the size of the bet. She just started saying, "Okay, I have this hand. I'm calling it or I'm not calling it." So we'll take that into account again because she's a recreational player, and I've seen how these players play there. They don't really seem to know what's going on with terms of bets, especially a player like this who's limp calling. We don't have to give them too much respect. So quads. You would think, okay, sure, maybe quads. You would definitely get You would definitely get a raise from quads, right? But again, recreational players. We're going to keep the quads in there. Full house. Okay, so she could have a full house with king 10. That would be unfortunate, and that would be pretty frustrating on that one. But yeah, she can have it. Straight, three of a kind. All right, so over pairs, no. Top pair. Is she doing this with top pair? Again, these we're talking about recreational player at Global Poker. So I'm actually going to keep top pair in her range. I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen the way these people operate. I'm keeping top pair in their range. You know, a lot of people say, oh, Global Poker's rigged. No, the problem is that because I've seen these same types of things happen in micro stakes on Bet Online and on Ignition. When the players are bad, you're going to get some suckouts. It's just going to happen. And these type of players are going to keep top pair on this particular board here, which, you know, look, a king with two tens, even I would call it. So I don't think it's actually that wrecky of a play. Weak pair here of a not of the eight. Again, it's borderline. It's borderline. For the sake of sanity, I'm going to take it out. Will I be shocked if I see it at the end of the hand? At the end of the hand, no. But the other thing is, I have two eights and there's an eight on the board as well, so it's highly unlikely that she has an eight. So I'm going to take weak pair out. It's just not. There's only one more eight left. Of course, it's possible, but unlikely. I think. Ace high, no. Moment in hand. Flush draw. Is a flush draw calling a pot size bet here? I have to say no. I don't think a flush draw is doing that, and I don't think an open-ended straight draw is making that call. I think it's pretty easy to kind of gauge what kind of hand she's calling with here. So my equity with a full house is 78%, because maybe it's just not the best full house. Um, it's interesting. I really don't remember how this hand went. It was like 2 days ago. So let's take a look here. This is their turn range. So as you can see, it has been reduced significantly, 35.5. And the number of combos is 70 combos. So look at that. From 483 combos down to 70 combos. Let's see what happens on the river. So here we get a jack of spades. Wow. All right, so you get a wow. And so you get a jack of spades here. So this also now does put a flush draw. I mean a straight draw on the board. So let's see what happens here. Let's put the jack of spades in Flopzilla, and let's see. I check it here. So I check my full house. So I believe I check my full. I'm checking my full house here. I know you're saying, oh well, why aren't you bet the full house? It's a good question. Maybe I'm worried I'm losing to a better full house as possible. I don't know why I would do such a thing. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think that's really my play is, or I'm planning on check raising it. And she checks behind. So I mean, I'm just gonna say, okay, just to complete the hand reading process of what she would check behind with. Obviously, she doesn't have quads. I think we can take full house out of her range. So she had 12 potential combos of a full house, King 10, Jack 10. I mean, did I give her too much respect by checking there? Should I just bet for value, possibly? I think so. I think I should have bet for value. We'll see when we see the final hand, but you know, I mean, yeah, I think that bet there was like fear of losing to to a better full house, which I had that problem of late on Global Poker and on Ignition. So Three of a kind, obviously, definitely. Straight, she has no straights in the range I gave her. Over pair, two pair, I could definitely see. Obviously, we'll be checking. I wouldn't be betting. Three of a kind, I don't think she's betting with that. Yeah, I mean, I can see her checking behind all this stuff here. Just obviously full outs and quads. She's not checking behind. So this is her final range I'm giving, and we'll see if we got it right. And I'm gonna say right now with these global poker hand rating, there might be a lot of times we get it wrong because some of these things that these players are doing here at global poker are just kind of crazy. But you know what? We can still hand read. We can still hand read, and sometimes we'll get it right, sometimes we'll get it wrong. It's not always going to be right or wrong. So, drum roll, please. She has 7-7. So 7-7, I did not have in her range. 7-7 got kicked out really early here. 7-7 got kicked out. I think on the flop, 7-7 was kicked out, or somewhere along the line. So yeah, I did not have 7-7 in her range. 7-7. So if I take out Jack 10. All right, 7-7 was taken out once the 10 of hearts came. 7-7 was taken out. 7-7 was. It was just taken out. I guess because of the fact that it's like not even a weak pair. It's just a crappy pair. So this is like a good example of global poker. And this is what you're going to get on global poker. You're going to get players doing this. Think about this, okay? Think about this for a second. And you wonder why you get sucked out on global poker. You're not, bad beats and things like that. It's because of players like this player here calling a pot-sized bet on the turn with a pair of sevens, right? So she has bottom pair on a paired board. So what is she doing? She's literally sticking around to hope that she gets a 7 or a 10. She's really literally chasing a full house. Or she's just placing a bad bet. She's like, "Oh, I have a pair of sevens." She's not thinking about the fact that there's a king out here and there's a 10 out here and there's an 8 out here, and I led the betting on the flop and I did a pot size bet on the turn. She's not thinking about that. She's thinking, "Look at this. I got a pair of sevens. Who's better than me?" Well, guess what? I was better than you. I had a full house by the turn. Thank you for calling that bet. Bad job by me not betting. Bad job by me not betting the turn. It's kind of crazy player. Probably would have called the river. Who knows? A little half pot bet. Bad job of me not calling not betting the river. Bad job. Anyway, that being said, this is an interesting thing. Hand rating these global poker hands are going to be fun. They're going to be unpredictable, but they'll be very useful, I will tell you that. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And if you like what you saw, do me a favor. Please subscribe and click the like button. Nobody clicks the like button on my things. They subscribe. Look, I have 19 subscribers. I'm happy about that, so I can't complain. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Poker Dad out.